So I'm off on an adventure today to Samur. Samur is a town, an ancient town, goes back to Roman times, that had a Roman bridge across the river. And now, because of a drought and an absolute lack of rain for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, the Loire, which has no dams on it, is very, 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 very low. Well, that is the Roman bridge of Samur, but as you see, there's copious water. So there won't be any way to get anywhere near that on either side. But we might as well go down to the water's edge and see what's there is down there. This is my excited face. Well, there's quite a lot of fish down there. I hope this is coming out on the camera. Don't know what fish they are. Chub. Oh, look, there's a chub's face there. I can't really see in this light, but to be honest. Any idea what these fish are? If you know, post below. So here we have oyster mushrooms being grown in an oyster farm. Yes, and more but different kinds of oyster mushrooms, yellow ones, and red oyster mushrooms, and grey oyster mushrooms, and shiitake mushrooms. Growing out of wood pulp, I should think, and more shiitake. I suppose this is quite a good way of getting two incomes out of one business. Grow mushrooms and then show people how you do it. And through here is the mushrooms by the looks of it. Well, these are mushrooms, and I've always thought that if they're big like that one, they're much more tasty than the button mushrooms. Here they come. So they're growing ink-cap mushrooms here, and they're saying that they're highly appreciated by gourmets. I don't believe that to be true. One reason is, although these things are edible, the moment you cut them, you better cook them straight away to eat them. And on top of that, if you drink alcohol with them, you get very ill. I mean, not dead ill, but you know, you feel very, very sick indeed. So what gourmet is going to want to eat a mushroom when he can't have a bottle of wine? Come on, that's not real, is it? So while they're growing them, I don't know, for teetotal on the wagon gourmets, I suppose. Doesn't seem very likely to me. This is my sceptical face, my sceptical face. So these are called chestnut mushrooms in my country. Apparently here they're called Paris mushrooms. I don't know about that. Because whenever I see champignon de Paris, they're always white, what we call button mushrooms. But anyway, they're not white. But they are mushrooms. Champignon. That's how your poo looks when it's ready to have baby mushrooms. All that white mycelium in the poo, and these caves are the perfect poo growing environment for mushrooms. We're in the caverns of Shroom. A shroom with a view. So if you want a place to sit down and look at the poo, here's your spot. And there's a bit of a grind there. And this is my nose to the grindstone. Wouldn't want that rolling on your foot, would you? This is how they do it in moulds. Yes, that is actually quite interesting. Apparently I've got 2,000 kilometres of underground tunnels here. That's why they are the big producers of bud mushrooms in this area, which is the Samur. So we're leaving the Museum of Mushrooms in Samur. And if you're into mushrooms, you've got nothing better to do in Samur, this is the place to come. It's full of poo, but it's got mushrooms. What could be better?